Hey, good day. Here's video 3, episode 3. Today, quite clearly, it's going to be about adjust or combust. So, you really only have the two options, and today I'm going to focus more on your work life experience of that. It's a little bit more dynamic when you're dealing in your personal life, but when it comes to your work life, adjust or combust, it's really one or the other. How about I put it to you in these terms? I once worked in the film industry, and there was an expression when I heard it, it was like, oh no. It's kind of true. There are no victims, only volunteers. Now, I mean that only in the professional sense, where if you find yourself at a job or work, whatever you want to call it, I give that full respect. But if you're not really having a good time there, if your nights are horrible, if your mornings are horrible thinking about going to that job place or workplace, whatever you would want to call it, this is what you're doing to support your life. But is it really supporting your life? It's probably consuming your weekends. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can adjust or you can combust. So when I say adjust, I think only two roads come from that, or there's only really two strong options that I would share right now. One, work with the situation. Maybe you won't be there forever, but maybe there's some skills you can gain while you are there. And I would encourage you to increase your skill set wherever you are. So you're not going to be there forever. Maybe that's going to be comforting to you, but at least you're going to now reach for something more, because you never know when that transition might happen, and you would actually be surprised with what you were doing to gain experience in the workplace would actually transfer well over into, again, the amazing opportunity will present itself at the right time. Now, the other thing you can do is combust, and it's kind of an end game there, because we all know that we can spend way too much energy just focusing on what we don't like. And you know what? That's kind of why the nights suck, the mornings suck, and the weekends may suck if you're in one of those rough, toxic situations. And I'm not blaming you. I think we've all had the experience where we worked in places where the environment was just not aligned with who we are. We could see other people doing well there, but it just didn't work for us. So that's where the adjust comes in. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes you got to combust a little to adjust. I couldn't be telling you this today if I didn't see the opportunity and just kind of telling my thoughtful, maybe, I would have to say I was upset sometimes about some opportunities. Sorry, I didn't see them as opportunities at the time, but let me give you an example. In the workplace, you might be assigned something, and we all like routine and everything, and you're like, am I getting paid more? Where do I have the time to do this amongst what I'm already doing, et cetera, et cetera. I think we all know the common pattern of thought there. But then there's the other side of it where you could just simply say, hey, you know what? Maybe this will do something better for me. I'll learn something new here. And again, if it's a toxic workplace, that might be the exact thing you need to maybe change the situation in the place you are and make it toxic to exotic. Sorry, I meant that in the more tropical sense, if anybody was thinking anything else, where it's just more to your liking. And then the other side is that you would just get upset about it. So I don't want to linger on too much on that. The only other time I think sometimes you might be surprised and you might feel yourself adjusting or combusting, maybe sometimes combusting first, is when somebody goes away or something happens and things happen and somebody's taken out of the workplace. You have to cover their responsibilities. And again, more often than not, we really don't see any financial gain in that. It probably means more of our time, a little bit more pressure, a little bit more stress. But these things we can overcome. And I think by today, you've seen how much you've overcome in the workplace. So don't give up. Hang in there, support yourself financially, and always be good to everybody you deal with. Treat them with respect. You absolutely have to. And always do a good job while you're trying to figure out your next move, or just trying to figure out how you're going to grow within the same place. So hopefully you got through all of that with me. And again, I'm just making an encouragement here where adjusting would be far better for you than combusting. But I do understand that we will get angry inside at first, and any change that might feel uncomfortable, especially in the workplace, because we don't really have much we can do. And going back to what I said, there are no victims, only volunteers. So in the film industry, you either do the work or you can leave. So I'm just really don't want to put it in those terms, but you got to remember, in the meantime, always work on improving yourself. build up your skill set. Really, I would really encourage you to love a hobby. Like if there's something you do, whether it's music, whether it's art, dancing, even a love for movies, good movies, stay away from too much of the dark stuff. But listen, I can't stay all that on that because I mean I like a good detective show, but for the most part, stay light, folks. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You want to stay light, and that's more in the adjustment camp of life. After a while, combust will do something wrong for you, or it just will hurt you, and you're just wasting your time on something that won't actually change anything for the better. So adjust, folks. And with that said, peace and love as always. Have a great day and make it great for anybody that you come in contact with. Okay? And maybe that's just only with a smile. Peace and love, folks. Take care. See you soon.